Hello everyone, it's Amanda Bach from Boxstar Stamping. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the United States. And this is a video I am doing to show you my September card kit, how to put them together. So if you ordered from me, sorry, I'm trying to get up my comments. If you ordered from me in September, I sent you a card kit. And hey Vesta, if you didn't order from me, that's fine. These are cool cards and you can, cut your own measurements and stuff like that. I'll give you all the measurements. You can cut your own materials. Okie dokie. So, hey, I'm going to sit down now, so I'm sure the sound is going to change just a smidgen. I just have to stand, to make sure the video gets going and all that. And of course, Facebook has changed some things, and now I can no longer zoom in. So you're seeing a bit more of my workspace than usual. I'm like trying to hide everything just out of, frame, and it appears it's a little crooked too. Let me try to fix that for you. We'll see if that helps. All right, well, let's get started. So thank you to everyone who placed orders in September. Today I was going to focus mostly on things in the annual catalog, and I want to show you where the items are. Here we go. The designer series paper in this annual catalog I absolutely love. One of the cards uses Awash and Beauty, which is on page 131. Just gorgeous floral images. And the other paper we're using is the Sun Prints. But of course, you can use whatever paper you have. I don't have all these papers, so if you don't have this, just pick some papers you like, and here we go. Now, I am not allowed to send you stamped images to put a card together, so you have to provide your own stamps. But you should be able to do that. You should surely have some sort of a stamp set, right? So here's all the pieces. I'm just going to dump them out. I put mine in a little clear baggie. Okay. So for the first card, we are going to need a card base that is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and I am using gray granite. A piece of designer series paper, kind of neutral, that is 5 1/4 by 4, kind of neutral. A piece of basic white that is 5 1/4 by 4, that's for our middle. 2 pieces of designer series paper. One is 3 inches square, and the other is 2 inches square. All right. Then we have these matte layers, so this is 2 1/4 inches square. We're going to map that on there. So I've chosen all gray granite from the Sun Prints. Now the other side is gorgeous blues, and those are my favorite colors, but I decided to do a very monochromatic card, and I wanted it to be in gray. All right, let's see what the other side of this one looks like. All right, and then for this card, you're going to need the 6 little classic matte dots. You're going to need this label, and I gave you 2 in case you messed up, okay? So you should have 2 of these in your card kit. And let me show you what that is. I just used it. It's the lasting label. I just used it. I just started my Thanksgiving cards just minutes ago, and I'll show you them later. But I'm using that. You're going to need this one, and this one, and this one. And this is from the Sprigs and Bough Punch. All right. And you're going to not need that. So I'm going to put that over there and not need that. So that's what you need for this card. All right. So step 1, we are going to mat our designer series paper. Again, whatever you would like. It's a 3-inch piece. 3-inch piece. You're going to mat it on your 3 1/4 inch. I'm using basic white. However, if you have colorful designer series paper, it might be a good idea to, pull a different color out. And then this is the 2-inch. This is 2 1/4. And again, the blue would have been beautiful as well. That Starry Sky and Night of Navy and Pacific Point. Love it. All right. I'm going to put that aside. This is the October host code. It is October. Wow. If you place an order at StampingUp.com and your order is under $150, please do use that host code. If your order is over $150, you get the host benefits, so don't use that. The host benefits just help me to buy things like dimensionals and embellishments that I give away. All right, we're going to use this piece of, this is Sun Prints from the annual catalog, Julie. I'm using the gray granite sides, but the blue sides are very gorgeous as well. Now this paper, if you look very closely, there is some writing on it. So when I glue it on my paper, I want to make sure that it, you know, isn't upside down, right? So I'm going to make sure I glue it this way. So this is Sun Prints. And again, these are card kits that I sent out to people who placed an order with me in September. But you know what? If you didn't, that's no problem. I'm giving you all the measurements and you can just make your own card. If you don't have this designer series paper, use something else. All right, grab your piece that is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. We're going to put that on first. And we're going to put it in the bottom corner of our designer series paper. So what I did is I tried to keep it even on both of the two sides. And I tried to make these all even. So there's 1/8 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch, okay? So I tried to keep that all even on the side and the bottom. And I'm gonna do the same thing with this piece, except I'm gonna put it up here. It's gonna overlap the 3 1/4 just a little bit. I'm gonna put it right there. There's our card so far. Okay, now it's time to stamp. And again, I can't send you stamped images, but you can put whatever you want here. You can put happy birthday, thank you, thinking of you, with sympathy. I think this would be a beautiful sympathy card. All right, I am going to use the Shaded Summer stamp set. It's in the annual catalog. I love this font and I love the dies. Oh, those dies, which we're going to use in the next card. So I'm going to grab the happy birthday, and I'm also going to grab this little stamp here. So I'm using that one and the happy birthday from Shaded Summer. I use it a lot. It's one of my go-tos. All right, so I'm going to put it on a block. This block is dirty because I did some watercoloring with it and I didn't wash it off and left it there for like a couple of days. So it stained it, but that's okay. Grab my gray granite here, which I thought I had out. Oh, I did. I did. There it is. Alrighty, so with my gray granite, just going to make sure I've got it thoroughly inked first. Oh, see, I didn't. Good thing I checked. Okay. Try to get this as even as possible. This is the lovely, or the Lasting Label die. Let's see if it's straight. If it's, you know what? I didn't test and see if it was straight. Oh, it was. Okay. That doesn't often happen, honestly. Let's see if I can get this straight without being straight over the top. Oh, you can see my head. All right, there we go. Now this one, oh, my dog's shaking. We're going to stamp off. Okay. I'm going to do one there. Stamp off. Do one there. Oh, now he's scratching his ear. Does your dogs do that ever? They scratch their ear. They like moan like it's the most pleasing thing in the world. Yeah, that's my dog. All right, so that is my happy birthday. Put that over there. While I've got my ink out, I'm going to go ahead and do the middle. I'll put that aside just for now. So here's my middle, which is 5 1/4 by 4 in basic white. And for the middle of this one, I'm going to use the Happiness Abounds stamp set, wishing you all the happiness you can imagine. So I'm going to use that stamp right there, which I already have on a block. I always like to test it, make sure I've got it fully inked. I'm going to stand up for this one. Hi, Marilyn. All right, there we go. Okay, it's now time to close this puppy up. Close it up, close it up. I'm going to go ahead and glue our middle in. And you can make this card anything you want. If you don't have the card kit, you can use whatever papers you'd like. You can even make your own papers. I thought at this point it makes a very good sympathy card. It really does. I'm going to use it as a birthday card. So these pieces here, I like my glue dots. I'm going to start with the little one. Okay. I'm going to get it on my glue dot, pull it straight off, and sometimes I just need to kind of, it's not very much surface area to grab. So sorry, now my dog is scratching himself. He is being quite loud, isn't he? Sorry. Hey Elvis, could you stop? Nope, he can't. All right, anyone else's dog have like insane allergies? This dog is on 2 different allergy pills all the time, and he's always itchy. Of course, my dog growing up was allergic to everything too, so we had to shave her in the spring because she got so itchy. But anyway, all right, this dog just scratches himself and chews at his paws. All right, yes, that's what Elvis is on too, Apoquel, and then some other like doggy Benadryl as well when he's super itchy. Like I'm sure when I get off this video, I'm gonna give him his like Benadryl. Oh, dogs, I tell you. I guess he's worth it. Oh, good, Marilyn, you can't hear him. Well, he's loud here, let me tell you. And thanks. All right, so I don't know why I just grabbed my mini dimensionals, but that's fine. You know what? I'm going to show you something. When I'm about out, I've used all my dimensionals, right? I don't let them go to waste. I cut the sides and I use the sides. I'm going to put one in the middle. There we go. All right, we are almost done with card 1. So again, super easy. So this is basically 3 pieces of designer series paper, a 5 1/4 by 4, and then a 3-inch, and then a 2-inch that are matted. And I'm going to put it right there. Then I've got my 6 classic matte dots in the basic white. Gonna grab my pokey tool. I know I have one on my desk here somewhere. It has run away today. I'm not sure where it's at, so let me get my backup. I'm sure I'll find the other one in just a little bit. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put 3 right down here. Oh, good news. I made it to 500 subscribers on my YouTube channel, so I'm very excited about that. I went ahead and I made a, hey, Elvis, Julie says hi. I made a video showing people how they can register to win, well, not register, enter to win, there we go, a mini Stamp and Cut emboss machine. Yeah, I bought an extra one. And so I bought one with the idea that when I got to 500 subscribers that I would give one away, and that is totally crooked. Let's see if I can fix it. Close enough. All right, so if you'd like to win one of these, let me grab it. If you'd like to win a mini Stamp and Cut emboss machine, go to YouTube and enter to win. Follow the directions and enter to win. Find my video. It's Boxstar Stamping, so you can search for that. All right, so there is card 1. A birthday card. Monochromatic. I thought, you know what? It could be a masculine card as well. Okay, card number 2. Here we go. My personal favorite, because I love color. I love color. So again, I gave you an extra one of these if you got the card kit, just in case you needed an extra one. All right, reset. Here we go. Card 2. I've given you a Mary Merlot. Thank you, Julie. A Mary Merlot at 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. You know, your basic card base. At least here in the United States. I know elsewhere it's a different size. Okay, then I've given you a piece of Granny Apple Green that is 5 1/4 by 4. A piece of Mossy Meadow that is 5 by 3 3/4. So we're doing layers on this card to make it a little extra fancy. And then I have taken a piece of the beautiful Awash in Beauty Designer Series paper. And originally I cut it, I'm just gonna make sure before I say it out loud. Yep, I cut it at 3.5 by 4 3/4. So, and then I cut it down the middle. And we're gonna flip over that side. What? So it ends up being, you're gonna cut it at 1 3/4. But it started out as 3.5 by 4 3/4. Then you cut it down the middle. You flip over the other side. Now let's say you didn't like the other side of the paper, whatever paper you're using. That's okay, just cut another strip the same size. I just like that, I thought it brought out the beautiful pink / Mary Merlot in there. We're going to put that on top like that. So that is step 1. So let me go ahead and get that all assembled before we move into the trickier part with the dies that I have cut that you can see over here. Again, they are the shaded summer dies. My favorite dies. I use them all the time. All right, so we're going to leave an 1/8 of an inch border like that. There we go. Love this. I just love that side too. Oh, it almost feels, I feel bad, but I'm going to do it anyway. I feel bad, but I'm putting glue on it. I've got more. Again, this is the Awash in Beauty Designer Series paper. It's in the annual catalog. All right, so now we're going to glue our layers together. And you know what? I don't own the stamp set and dies that go with this beautiful paper yet. I don't own that. It's on my list. I just don't have it yet. But I have found so many other stamp sets that go so perfectly with it that, you know what? I might not get it. I did just order the brand new kit, the birthday card organizer kit, plus some new Designer Series paper and a stamp set that's only available to demonstrators right now. It'll be available to customers November 1st. I can't wait to show you that paper because, yeah, it's got some beautiful blues in it, and we all know I love my blues. All right, so you're going to need the little label. Now this is the Seasonal Labels dies. It's the smallest one. And I'm going to use Go To Greetings because that is one of my favorite Go To Greetings. Ha, it is though. And I'm going to use the happy birthday. I send out a lot of happy birthday cards. So I like to make a lot of birthday cards because I use them so much. You know what? I'm going to put it on a big block just because that's what I have. Okay. Now, here's the dealio. I've not been too successful stamping directly on here the first time correctly, so let's hope this goes well. Let's hope it goes well. If it doesn't go well, you can just use a 1/2 inch strip. In fact, that might even look better. I'm not sure. All right, I just like to make sure. Yep, okay. Wish me luck. Here we go. Wish me luck. Here we go. All right. Maybe. Oh, it's not perfect, but I'll take it. It wasn't as bad as it could have been. Whew. Okay. Because usually, honestly, what I do is like on a piece of basic white, I stamp first and then I die cut. That way I can make sure it's perfectly centered. So it is a bit harder when you're actually starting with the die cut, but you know, oh well. All right, let's do our middle while we're here. We're gonna do the same greeting on the inside that we did on the other one. So I'm going to use my chamois. Look at this thing. It is a well-loved chamois. When it gets too gross, I just throw it in the washing machine with my towels. Yeah, Julie, I find I waste less that way. I throw it in with my towels on hot and no fabric softener, and then I just grab it before I put the towels in the dryer. And then it is good to go. But usually I can go a very long time before I need to do that. There we go. And how do I know when it needs to be washed? When I'm trying to clean my stamps and it's not doing a very good job anymore because it's just so full of ink, then I know, hey, it's time to give it the old wash. Okay, let's glue this middle in, and then we'll assemble our flowers. So I do want to thank all my customers for placing orders last month. You know, I'm mostly a hobby demonstrator. Last month was the first month that my order from customers, the commission I made on that was more than I spent. So that was a first for me, and that was very exciting. So thank you if you purchased something from me. And this was your thank you gift. Okay, So in your little kit, you should have a basic white flower and a polished pink, more delicate flower. And on the back, I went ahead and I put the adhesive sheet for you. Makes it a whole lot easier to glue onto this if you have your adhesive sheet. Thank you, Julie. You had a good month too, so just so happy for everybody. All right, so that's how it's gonna go. So just keep that in mind. Here's what I look for. I look for the big thing there and that thing. Okay, so I'm gonna carefully peel my backing off. Carefully being the code word. Let's see here. Come on, come on. You know what? Oh, did I do it? I'm gonna grab my pokey tool. I know this is retired, but I just love it. I love it so much. I wish I had bought more. I only have 2. Love the pokey tool. All right, so see how that, now this is a sticker. See, it's sticking to my finger. Okay, and then this is the back of the sticker. So when I do delicate dies like this, I always make sure, well, I shouldn't say always. Sometimes I forget. I try to remember to put the adhesive back sheet on because it just makes things so much easier. And then you line it up. Okay, and you can kind of slide it a little bit. And here's the trick to make it really stay. Once I've slid it, I'm pressing it, get your bone folder, give it a good burnish to help it stick onto that other piece of cardstock. And there you go. All right, you should also have one of these. And we're going to put it right down here. And we're going to put that there. So again, I'm going to use my glue dots. I'm going to put it right about there-ish so that the stem is hidden behind. I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals, which, you know what, since I've got these here, I'll just use this, no big deal. Oh, I got stuck on that one. Oh well. All right, will this fit? I don't want to put it on top of the... Yep, there we go. I just didn't want it getting too out of balance there. Okay, I'll put it right. I do want it off of the designer series paper, so it's hanging a little bit into the other layers. I just like the way that looks. There's my dog walking. At least he's walking, right? He had to have surgery in July. He wasn't walking in July. Okay, then our little banner here. I had it right here. Yeah, I still want it there. And I'm gonna make sure I don't put a dimensional until right here because I don't wanna put it over the top of this flower with my dimensional. So I'm gonna remember to come in at least that far. I think I'm gonna need to cut some more. So here's what I mean by that, right? So if I put that there, my dimensional is not on my flower. So it's just gonna lay over the top like that. I need to cut some more, don't I? I'll do one more. There we go. Actually, I probably only need one more. There we go. So I thought this was a beauty, that's not a word. Well, it is a word. A beautiful, there we go. A beautiful, elegant card. And it showed off some beautiful designer series paper. Then in your card kit, you should have one brushed brass butterfly. Try to say that fast. Brushed brass butterfly. There we go. And I put it on a piece of white because this little tiny piece would have been very easy to lose. Okay. So I just put it on with a glue dot. And I'm just going to stick it right about there. So happy birthday, and I'm letting the designer series paper do most of the work. Thank you, Marilyn. All right, so this month for October, I am going back to giving my customers a pack of dimensionals or embellishments. But then I think in November, I'm gonna do this again. I just know in October, I'm not gonna have the time to do it. So in November, we are going back to this. So if you like, well, here's the other one I made. If you like the card kits, you can always just watch the videos. Or if you would like to purchase something from me too, I'll send it to you. You'll have everything you need except for the stamping. You have to do your own stamping to create beautiful cards. So those are my 2 cards. So thank you so much. Thank you, Vesta. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to head on over to YouTube and give me a subscribe there if you haven't, but also watch the video I posted earlier on how to win a mini Stampin' Up! And Cut and Emboss machine. So you don't want to miss out on that giveaway. If you don't have one of those, that would be an awesome thing to win. All right. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.